So, for my clinical experience for this second window, I stayed with FC Cincinnati, and primarily with the MLS Next Pro team, the developmental professional team. Not much has changed since the first video, but I did have another 8 weeks of experience. And as now I realize, as I'm talking about FC Cincinnati, I'm wearing a Columbus Crew sweatshirt. But my goals for the immersion were very similar to what they were at the beginning of the semester, which were basically to become the head athletic trainer. I wanted to basically have all the day-to-day duties, doing evaluations, setting up the field, doing treatments, creating rehabs, everything that you actually learn about in athletic training, and leave all of the admin work to my preceptor. For the most part, I think I reached that goal. We did have a little bit of a preceptor change here at the end, but before we did that, my first preceptor, Sam, was great about letting me do basically everything that I wanted within my means and under his watchful eye, so I wasn't just doing things on my own. But I took charge of creating prehabs for all the athletes. If they had ankle problems, hip problems, hamstring problems, groin problems, I came up with those. What else? I pretty much did every eval that came into the athletic training room, and then Sam would look at it afterwards if he felt like he wanted to or needed to, or he just went off of my diagnosis. With the change, Dalton Davis has been my preceptor for the last couple weeks, and he's basically the same way. When we've had an eval come in, he's been very good about Dodie and I taking over that evaluation, and then him stepping in if he needs to, or if not, just going off of what we say. And then also communicating with coaches about injuries, things like that. I stepped up and did a lot of that this semester. More so at the beginning with the academy, a little bit less with the second team, just because they do have a pre-training staff meeting for the coaches, the sports performance coach, and then our athletic trainers. I wasn't part of those meetings because I was doing treatments or doing something else setting up the field, so I wasn't ever really a part of those meetings, which is fine. I knew it was going on. I knew it was being said in that meeting. Let's see. Yeah, those completed my goals. Yeah, that's what I did to complete those. My favorite part of the experience was probably a couple of things. Moving up to this second team, I really enjoyed the academy while I was there, but basically working with a professional team that speaks for itself. The guys that were on the team, all the athletes, super cool. Were very, very welcoming to me and basically letting me do everything for them that they needed, because they knew that I knew what I was doing and that Sam or Dalton were close by, and I wasn't doing anything to hinder them or cause any delays in rehabs, things like that. And so, I mean, with those guys I've made pretty good relationships with. I'm going to be rooting for them the rest of the season once I'm gone, and then whatever they choose to do in the future, whether that's move up to the first team, if they have that opportunity, move on to college, move on to other teams, whatever it is, I'll be cheering for them. And then finally, finding a mentor. I mean, Sam, pretty much from the first day, was awesome. Put so much trust in me, probably more than he probably should have at some points, but he is somebody that I will continue to look up to basically for the rest of my life, at least through my athletic training career, and somebody that I know I can talk to if I have problems. When good things show up, bad things show up. I mean, he's helping me find a job right now, so I told him many times he's done more for me than I could have ever imagined. So that is definitely one of my most favorite parts of this experience. One of the most interesting things I saw, we never really had like any crazy injuries during training, but the couple times we did have some injuries, I was able to take the athlete to see our team doc, and then watch that team doc do diagnostic ultrasound. That was my topic for what the first cat freshman or not freshman year, first year. So I knew I had a pretty good idea what it is and the things that they do for that, but seeing it firsthand was pretty cool. Seeing where the muscle strain was and what it actually looked like in diagnostic ultrasound firsthand was pretty cool. 3 things that I will take on with me to my clinical sites. One, how FC Cincinnati has their rehab card set up. It's a very, very easy way to look at things. It's got everything broken up based on like demographic information, so name, injury, day since injury, practice, participation level, things like that. Then moving down to modalities, and then going into exercises, and then following that up with any field work, and it's all laid out pretty nice and pretty easy to follow. Second thing will be continuing creating more prehabs like I did for this team. Wherever I go, I'll be able to have that opportunity. Any way that I can prevent injury is a good thing. So moving forward with those, it'll be something I really continue to work on, to continue to develop as I grow as an athletic trainer. And finally, I think it's probably the biggest thing that I'll take from this emergent site and from mostly Sam, a lot of Dalton as well, but just how to be just a really good preceptor. And that means being in constant communication with students, making them feel like they're actually a part of the sports medicine team, making it feel like their opinions and thoughts and words are taken into account, and that you leave with a good relationship. As I think most people in the program know, I didn't have the greatest experience in the fall. So coming to SC Cincinnati, working with both Sam and Dalton was very, very refreshing. And they will be 2 people that I continue to stay in contact with, hopefully for the rest of my life. Just 2 people that I don't want to lose contact with. So, yeah, that was my semester. It's probably the my most favorite clinical rotation at Xavier.